Good morning, beautiful people. I see Meat Freak in the building. Yeah, winter's why we late. I see Kevin
Not
Tatum
today.
tapped in,
Not
Nicholas J.
today.
Gaddis,
Not today.
Asaya Quill, what it do?
Yeah, mama.
Wanda Smith in the building, Deborah Luna, Sandra Nichols Martin in the building, Georgia boy, top of the morning to you. Carolyn Hendricks, good morning. Avis Hopkins, that is. Can y'all hear us? No, I just had us muted for a minute because Winters was losing her mind on this side of the building. LaWanna Terry, good morning. Mr. Thomas, good morning. Love Mama, grand rising to you. You still over there rolling with a lot of the ops.
That's my sister. You get messed up.
She a op. Christine Chandler, good morning. Tony Terry, he coming in from Miami-Dade to 305. Sherry Allen in the building. Marcia A. Tarbert, good morning. And Nancy Adams, good morning. My good brother Bilal then tapped in. And Miss Karaja Smith, good morning. And we here, family. Yeah, no, I had us muted for the whole time. It was muted. I was calling myself getting the share game on, getting it to the people that can use the news. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of beautiful things going on yesterday. But here we are. Okay, I see Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis in the building. Ashley Gaddis, good morning. I think this is going to be a very interesting show. We got the man of the hour in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got L, the Golden Child Sharp. Good morning. And we got Tay was in the she was present last night at council. Council was so full, it was only standing room only.
Woo, couldn't find a seat nowhere up in there.
Was standing room only. And that's when I woke up from the dream.
Yeah.
Dana Bryant, good morning. Good morning. And just like that, bam, I add them to the scene. Make it look like a dream.
When them fans, what?
I'll switch it. Hold on. Let me get y'all together. I got y'all. I got y'all. Let me get y'all right.
When them fans,
together like Ike and T.
Nah, that's you. All them damn wires. Wires.
The man himself.
That's about a heater.
I don't know why.
Cause it's cold.
That's how I get it. That's how I get it going right there, baby. Y'all can't tell me. In today's news, is 810 breaking up any homes today? I have no idea, but just stay tuned.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm just reading the comments. You know, it ain't me.
I can't see the comments. I don't see nobody say that.
Right. You don't want to see everything.
I mean,
some things you don't need to see, right?
You're right. I need to make sure I buy the right lip gloss.
Karen Malone, good morning. Antonio Brown, good morning. Oh, he coming in from the shop.
He said Chicago is coming with our fans. Well, come on, with them fans.
My good brother Marcus Fielder
see y'all,
coming in from Fairfield, California. I'll probably be reporting live from Fairfield, California, because it seemed like it'd be probably safe down there. I'm seeing Miss D done tapped in. Uh-oh. Is this Tanya done tapped in? Hattie Burns. Then tapped in.
Where them fans?
I'm just saying.
Where them fans?
My 7th warrior then tapped in. What up, T? From that valley. What it do? I'm just saying.
Whoa, I got my boot.
Coretta Hodge. And we ain't saying Doge.
Doge
need to come in here.
Doge.
I'm telling you, Doge gonna set the city on fire. I'm trying to tell you.
We got Doge already.
We do?
Yeah.
So Doge it is.
Doge is here.
And y'all smash that like button. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so proud of this council.
Ooh.
I am. I'm gonna tell you why.
Please,
because I'm finna get a non-profit, and I swear, if they deny me any money,
we tearing it up.
And they go going at me like that, it's going down. I'm telling y'all, because I'm gonna say too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Flint was in the business helping kids.
Man, I didn't know. I was confused. I didn't know if we was at the school board meeting or if we was at city council last night.
Yes. But hey, I'm proud of everybody that got their money.
I ain't mad at them. If they could come to Flint and get some money, let them do it. But the school board had to give back.
B, not to cut. B Marie, that's what's up. I was just talking junk. Hattie Burns, I'm glad that you part of the 810 Morning Bump family. I was just cracking jokes. I was just being funny. Good.
Hi, Miss Hattie.
How you doing, Miss Hattie?
Hey, Miss Hattie.
Everybody want to get serious now.
Right, everybody want to say hi, Miss Hattie. Hi, Miss Hattie.
Sweet Cupcake on Breaks. They said good morning, Maurice Davis. That's what Sweet Cupcake on Breaks did. Good morning. Okay, we got Kobe Fatty in here, a.k.a. Elizabeth P. Finney. Good morning, Miss Finney. Good morning. Okay, we got a Luna Callaway Lang in the building.
That's my cousin.
That's your cousin? Yep, so she should know why we late then.
It wasn't my fault. I went live. I went live,
That's
so they knew I was here.
Not on time, though.
I
was still late.
But I was here, and you weren't. That's why I don't come on time.
I got it to get everything is smooth. Everything. And shout out to Verizon. You made my day. Kimberly Mitchell, good morning. Good morning. As we crawl into the afternoon, Lanita Murray, good morning. And I call her, slipped the Mickey in my cup, unapologetic IB Keys. I thought it was lemonade. It was some Night Train and grape Kool-Aid that she hit me with.
She got you good.
No, just that last time. I'm done. That's why y'all see me with this. I can't do the advertisement. It's all water, baby. I fell off. I'm telling you, I fell off.
Where the fans at?
Detroit boy, what it do?
Hey, we know we love the D.
And yes, she does.
Shut up,
Brianna Buster's Benz and Shocks, thanks for tapping in. I'm trying to tell you, we're trying to send Liddell on us. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Can I say this? This is how we ended council last night. Me, Winters, and Liddell came down the elevator together. And when I tell you could have dropped a pin in that thing.
Man, you could hear him on the third floor. We were so quiet in that damn elevator, baby.
With nobody saying nothing. It was heavy staring there. Everybody was looking at each other.
She came in, listen, me and Mickey, we was going to the elevator like we usually do, right? And so I said, you could hear the doom, doom, doom coming down the hallway. And I'm like, shit, who is this about to get on the elevator? And so she looked at us and we was like, damn. And so then Baby D got on the elevator, right?
Man.
And then she turned around. So she was like, my nose come up to her shoulder. That girl tall.
Yeah, man, listen, that girl, that's not a girl. That woman, we was going, if it would have went down, you going to need some help.
It was going to take both of us.
Even I need some help. That woman is bigger than me.
She's big. She's very.
Man, she. Man, and I love my down south people, but when they say she come from down south, she been out there in the field. All my life I had to fight. That's all I was thinking of when
I just would. Mickey was
like,
standing there like attention. He was about to go to
battle.
I don't think Christian Shields want to fight her.
Nobody do.
Man.
We was holding our breath and everything. Like,
and I ain't being funny. Liddell every bit of a 12 in shoe.
Is she?
Man, her feet bigger than mine. I was looking at her because she was looking at my shoes. I was looking at her shoes because everybody, we was trying to find flaws what everybody had on last night.
Man, I just kept looking at her, making sure she wasn't gonna swing on nobody. I don't know what they was looking at because then she had turned to the side a little bit. But she got a new hairstyle.
Oh yeah.
But I got a real good close eye
Juju
view
Lamar,
of it from
good
the
morning.
back.
Mimi,
It don't
good
look
morning.
that bad.
It don't look that great neither. I'm telling you, whoever doing their hair, they got listen.
It
they
don't
need
look that bad.
Listen. No, cut the crap.
It didn't.
Didn't look that
bad.
great.
It didn't look. It was nice curls.
It's better than that blow. But every hairstyle, I think she should have went for the Anita Baker hairstyle. That short hair, it could have went. That right there, that looked like the state rep did it. It looked like the state rep did that. I'm telling you.
Could have been.
Because I seen some of the hair she did. It ain't the best out here.
It could have been.
No, never that. Never that. Hey, man, that girl, I'm gonna tell you, these women better not run up on Liddell. I'm telling she gonna get
Men better not run up.
facts.
Oh, better not. Better not.
Man, when I tell you she sized me up, because you know when people want to talk about each other, you know how y'all look each other up and down and see what you can complain on. I was like, cause that's how she did. She was trying to look down at the shoe because she looked at your feet one time. You just wouldn't.
I kept looking up at her.
When
I don't
she
care
did,
what she was looking at. I was looking at her.
Cause I looked at her shoes when she looked at mine. I looked at hers and said, "I know you don't want to start it."
Cause I seen her when she like sized me up.
Yeah.
I kept looking at her like, you swing. I got to duck or something because I got a bad knee.
Man,
But
nah.
when me and Mickey got off the elevator, I said, we could have took her, dog.
No, I didn't. I told you. I said, she playing. I was being straight up. I said, man, that woman gonna be hard to take down. That's what I told
we
you.
could have got her.
Man, I ain't
Yeah,
finna,
me and Mickey, we
I ain't finna throw my back out. I ain't fully healed. My shoulder I still got a rotator tear.
He got his mic on. Okay.
It is on. Damn, you just hit that hard.
You gotta pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah. I understand, Maurice. When her and Candace cornered you at the, I know how you feel. Cause that's when I was looking. You know, sometimes when you be a person looking, I was like, Lord have mercy.
And she don't back down to no man.
Show don't.
Know that.
Show
I see
don't.
why.
You better be
Show
ready.
don't.
I see
I'm
why.
telling.
Lunch.
Cause I'm telling you, if she would have swung, I would have pushed Mickey on her and ran out that damn elevator
I
door.
was 2 steps from running.
Listen, I just when I look, I told her on the way coming up. I said, Scoop, you're gonna have a hell of a time with her.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it, dog. You gotta take one for the team, man.
I ain't gonna try that one.
I'm straight up, and I'm not being funny or nothing. Listen. Yeah, she can, but I ain't got the
Miss
time,
Eunice
Miss
say?
Eunice. I ain't got the time.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
Miss
saying?
Eunice always come with the good one. She can fall just like Goliath, man. We didn't have no slingshots
Sure
and rocks.
didn't.
Is there?
I'm up here carrying the bag, and she, like I said, she was marketing, and I saw that little bag. Hey,
Hey, Harletta said, just say you scared. It
No, I
was.
didn't.
Shit, I was.
I would have got off the
She's
elevator.
big.
I don't think I'll fight.
Nah, I ain't.
Hell
ain't
no,
gonna fight
I
her.
couldn't fight her.
I ain't.
I
You
couldn't
know what?
fight her. She pushed me down on my knee. I'm just going out.
But
Lay there, wait for the city ambulance. I'm dead.
But I got about 1,000 jokes on that hairstyle. You got to come with a better one.
It wasn't that bad.
And it wasn't that good. You didn't see the back of it. How she tried
I was.
to.
That's all I could see was the back.
She got a little meat back there too.
Wait, the line is a little.
That's
they
what I'm
go
telling
up
you.
a little bit, but them curls was curling. But
The state rep did that.
I don't know
told
if it
you
was a
she did.
57 piece or if it was a blend or a wig and a hair.
That's what I'm saying. I think if she went with go with the Anita Baker hairstyle like 1990, because you know Anita was a fine sister. She go with that Anita Baker hairstyle, she might can pull something off.
Nah.
She can't because she got to, because you got to come more with these up to date hairstyles.
And it's like as soon as you get one done, there go Candace with that damn blowout.
Oh my goodness! I damn near fell out yesterday when I saw Candace's. I was like,
She was on the way to council. Let me unbraid my hair and let it dry while I'm hanging out the window.
you know what's going on?
And she parted it and came in.
Juneteenth is on the way. I already see what's going on. They're already
She had
preparing.
her Frederick Douglass on yesterday.
No, did you see Liddell Frederick Douglass? when they was sitting up there, boy, I tell you, listen, but it's neither here nor there. That's why I'm glad I can get a fade. Like I ain't got to do all that. Just fade it. I ain't got that much up top anyway. Fade it.
You do hair. Mm-hmm. And that's all he said too. Yeah.
Listen, that man. Listen, he got his hands. God gave him some gifted hands, but there's even some things he can't take on. You can't everything. Even Maurice don't want to tackle that. It's some like they say. Sometimes you don't want to move a mountain to get a penny.
You want to tackle what?
To try to do a hairstyle. John,
this is a closed set.
Listen,
And Johnny G over there in the back about to get some more shit started.
I'm a fat whatever.
oh, man, no.
There you go. He's still in it.
Michelle Pfeiffer, good morning.
Can I finish?
Hey, First Lady
What I would
Michelle.
like to do is I would like to pay Maurice
Mm-hmm.
to remake everybody up there on council.
Oh my God,
Oh
no!
shit,
Oh,
he ain't got
no.
enough time for that.
Man, you
got
didn't say
enough
that
time
to-
for that.
I was
Hell.
paying for it because I'm tired of seeing LaDon. Sometimes you
Damn.
go by her and she got some little gnats flying around.
Oh my goodness,
He ain't got
man.
enough time for all that. Jerry good.
Yeah,
That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
Jerry
Jerry
good.
good. Jerry good. That's all I can
That
say.
score is okay.
Terry Nixon, good morning.
Judy, I don't know what you're going to do with her.
Cut it off.
Y'all leave Judy alone.
Judy said that she's a musician now. She just
Man.
skipped
I
her
heard her
couch,
say that.
but yeah, she's a musician now.
Just
She likes to
listen.
sing and dance now.
Jeff Johnson, what it do? Good morning,
Y'all come
good
on
brother.
in here, hit that like button so
Yeah,
we can go
smash
ahead
that
and
like
run through
button.
these council
I
highlights.
think we need to bring her on.
Who? We can't bring John. You on some
Judy
you
ain't
tripping.
coming.
Judy ain't
Judy
coming.
ain't coming. Judy,
Come on, man.
And
Ju-
Maurice Day.
Judy already told
She
me.
more than welcome.
You know what Judy told
Every
me?
one of
She
them.
said she been with a colored. She
You know
already
what?
said that.
You
She
know
had a
what Judy
colored man.
told me?
She'll come out of the trailer for that.
You know, you know what Judy told me?
What?
You're not a real news media. And hollered at me. I left it alone. That was our last really good conversation in
She don't
council.
get no grant from her.
And they, Judy
And
told
we
me.
won't.
Judy told me she couldn't stand me.
Well, listen, Deborah Luna is the gift to keep on giving. She gifting them memberships, y'all.
Javier Ellis.
Javier, we done seen a couple people on here. Tamika Allen was gifted a membership by
How did I-
Donnell Meredith.
How did I meet Mr. Meek Allen?
Diablo de Limento was gifted by Teresa.
El Domino.
Yeah, that's what I said.
New one, good morning.
Donnell gifted Cash Williams.
Wow.
Oh, Cash Williams. Cash, welcome to the blue side.
And Donnell gifted Antonio Brown. Listen, y'all doing
Wow.
great things
Christmas
for 18. We
and-
appreciate y'all.
Wait a minute, don't we got some more hats that we can give away for donation?
We sure want to.
First,
we got.
Hatgate.
Yeah, no, we don't want to have Hatgate. We got to get them. We got to get
Let's
them
send
hats
out the
away.
5.
That
we
one,
got to-
yeah, we got to get out them hat gates. But if y'all want some more hats, $10 will
Oh.
get you a hat.
Antonio said we're going to be doing the dance in front of City Hall on Monday. Bring your fans, because bring your fans. We doing
Saucy
it Monday. We doing it
17.
Monday, though, for real. It's going down
Thank
Monday.
you, Teresa. Saucy 17. Welcome to the blue side.
You better not cancel that damn month.
And you better ain't hold up. Ain't you doing this a member only for Saturday? Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Y'all better tap in. What time is it? Afternoon or evening?
I'd like to do it either afternoon or evening. I don't want to do it morning.
No, we can't do it no morning time.
2 or like 5.
In the evening.
What? Listen, I'm gonna just tell y'all like this, man.
We don't
y'all
want to
know
come back with any other shows, so we'll do it once Tanya go off about 7. Well, I said we do it when Tanya go off about 7.
Well, I tell you, you're being bad.
I'm just saying, man, come on, man. Damn Tanya laugh, man. It's a joke. Shit.
Tai Shi 23.
Hell.
Meat freak.
Now y'all know she ain't come on last week. Y'all know Tanya gonna give us a mini series. You know, I'm just saying. Y'all know we're gonna have a short mini series.
Well, the piece been broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sonny over here, Sugar Ray Sonny sit up here and blew it. You
saying.
know what I'm saying? Primo, what it do, brother?
I just tell the truth.
You gonna get you an hour.
That's it. That's it. Hell, I thought I was gonna get a whole day.
Uh-oh. Sheena B.
Sheena Beckton was gifted a membership.
Uh-oh. You'll get to see what happened on Saturday then.
Hey, Sheena, they sent you over here and you got you a membership.
You got your membership.
Welcome, Sheena.
Welcome, Sheena. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Sheena.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Meat Freaks Barbecue with the $5 cupcake.
Yeah, you could have bought a damn hat store. He trying
Yeah,
to get...
Meat Freak, because Meat Freak
gotta give him a
said
cup.
he had a blessing for us. If this how he wanted this cup, he willing to pay. He said, look, I got a blessing for y'all. I'm going to hold up until I get my cup. His cup only took 2 years. we ought to put him a gift package
We
together.
need to send it to Trevor. Could have drove it across the state by now.
Oh, you just got to, huh?
I didn't know nothing about it until yesterday.
Yeah, we gonna get it to you, Meat Freak.
I sent the address to John. John gonna send it.
We gonna see. We got to,
I'm
huh?
gonna say this now. Tito's back at the office.
Tito, oh,
Mickey's
you ain't getting that.
Mickey's cool. went to school. So text them.
Okay.
Now it's on them.
I just
got off
the phone with Tito.
I sent you the address yesterday. You
Oh,
sent
we got to get the hats here. Or we got to wait till Tito bring them back.
Because I got to be shipped then.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got it with Nancy. The one lady here, Winters can take it by her house.
Whoa.
I ain't gonna be pulling up to nobody's
Sheena,
crib.
where your fan at?
And their husband come out there like, oh, you think you giving a hat to, and I be lumped up the next day. Ain't happening. Truck driver up next, snowman. I'm telling you, the gift to keep giving. It's the
who they got gifted? Meat Freak and gifted somebody.
Beezy 1080. Beezy, what up?
What's up, Beezy? It's coming. It's coming.
Come on down. Y'all know who I'm waiting on. The J, the E, the S, the S. Just I'm waiting on that one to come, baby. When that one comes, then you know it's on.
Shouts out to ATN News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world. We call him Spacely Sprockets around here, but today we just gonna call him Giftin' Mick. What's up, Sheena? Gotcha. Shouts out to Mr. Maurice the King Davis sitting right here. Right. Councilman in the second ward, get your damn seat back, man. We tired of that.
Yeah, got to get that seat back.
We rather ride the elevator with
Solomon
you.
Zaire getting gifted. Oh, okay, Solomon.
Hey, man, Maurice, you ready to run?
Yeah, I ain't gonna have no choice. I'm gonna lose everything I got over there if I don't.
He's ready to back you.
Oh,
all right. Yeah.
Donnell Meredith, my brother. Donnell, YouTube show picking him this morning. YouTube like, oh, okay, we'll show you who's still watching you.
we gonna have 32 people watching us tomorrow. Look here to go. Teresa messy ass. She steady gifting memberships. She know what she doing.
Magic Mike in the Magic Mark. Welcome to the blue side. Welcome to the blue side.
When they say Sheldon
Major Mark. Welcome to the blue. Oh, when Neely pop up, he probably gonna run up out of there. Hey, ain't no reason to run out the office, man. We can't see. We just gonna know you're a member. We just know you've been watching.
Right.
He probably in there gonna be fighting the air.
The gift that keeps on giving, y'all ain't lying.
I'm telling you, boy, that member. Giving them free member gifts is terrible. Ask Sheena. Will Socrates, what up, my bro?
There go Deborah Luna. She just started with the shit.
Deborah.
Oh, look who is gifted a membership.
Who?
Me.
Welcome to the blue side, Winters.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Shit. Lord have mercy.
Man,
I want to make a serious statement.
Okay, come on with it.
What's the serious statement?
Any one of the council members, including the four that have some sense,
got you.
Want to become a member? I'll buy it.
Oh my goodness.
What'd he say?
He said any of them council members that want to be a member, he gonna pay for the whole year for them.
Oh,
that's the gift to keep.
That's a nice.
Johnny G.
And they can stay anonymous. They just gotta text me.
Just Blaze got a membership.
Just Blaze. All y'all who been gifted this membership, come Saturday, you gonna be thankful for why you got gifted a membership.
Lewis Smith just got one. Renegade Taurus just got
Lewis.
one.
Welcome to the blue side, Lewis. Welcome to the blue.
Big Baby got one.
Renegade Taurus, welcome to the blue. Hey, just all I know is Johnny G finna come with a show for y'all this Saturday.
Dreams.
Unapologetic with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you.
Bonnie Vanner.
Bonnie Vanner. That's family from the Knoll. Okay, big baby on here.
Scooby Doo got a membership.
That might be Jessica. D Dreams, what it do? You know they gonna come up with some fake names now. Only one didn't do that is Sheena.
What's up, Sheena? You still? She said she just gonna watch now. Hell, she already on here.
And we heard we got a new scapegoat. Sheena, it's all love, beloved. Welcome back.
Not
welcome. Oh, what? That was fastly destroyed.
Make sure your account is.
Lawana didn't get this. Lawana
done started with the. Lawana, y'all done got Lawana Terry on this mess
crap. Too. Here it goes. Come on, Jessica. I know your membership is on the way.
Yeah, they peeping through the shades. They peeping now. They trying to hurry up and log out. Nuh-uh. Because we know y'all nosy asses want to see the comments, so y'all gonna click on the comments and y'all gonna get a membership.
Come on.
Johnny G gonna buy about 1,500 of them.
You ain't lying. And Snow said Cash App Gate is on the way. Meat Freak done gifted somebody with.
I'm done with no.
Cash App Gate. Well, it's Member Gate.
Member Gate. Meat Freak done gifted and Teresa. Y'all is man.
Big Therm.
Big Therm.
Welcome to the blue side, Big Therm. You're gonna really love this show
we
Saturday.
Got membership Gate.
You're gonna love this show. You're gonna love it. Lorna, good morning to you. Good morning.
Sister Taliba said if Sheena in here, then Pigpen is in here as well.
And is.
Where them fans at?
Chink.
Pancakes. We having a good time.
If a pancake get one, I'm calling them out.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
Lord
my goodness.
Jesus, Lord. All right.
Let's get serious.
Let's
now.
get serious.
Now,
Let's get serious.
We gotta get.
But
Welcome, Sheena.
Welcome.
You don't have to be in the bushes no more.
Nope, just come on in.
You are
Just
here.
Come on in.
You are a member. You can go back and tell them that Johnny G is finna rock the show.
Stories of my life.
Story. Okay.
Eddie Gray.
Eddie Gray. Oh, y'all gonna love the show. But story time of my life been here. Eddie Gray, that's the good brother from the 704 Charlotte bound. So y'all go tap into that brother page. He be letting us put our content over there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Christy Coleman, good morning. Good morning. You are now entering membership gate.
That's why we can't get over 200 today. They done quickly logged off.
There's a lot of people.
We'll watch afterwards. Look, they still going too.
Me Freak done gifted 5 people. Boy.
Y'all can't go let us do our damn show.
Lorna got hers. Lorna, welcome to the blue side, beloved.
Where you see Lorna at?
Right here. Lorna just got hers. She was gifted by Meat Freak. I just put it on there.
Let's say Lenore.
Lenore, my bad. Lenore. I've been killing that woman name for the longest. Lenore, I'm sorry, Miss Seal. Y'all know my English is bad. I've been drinking that Flint water.
Oh, Lord. Well, at least we know how the screenshots get back now.
Yeah.
Teach out check-in.
Kimberly Mitchell.
Kim
Got one. She's been a faithful watcher for a long time.
Faithful.
All right.
You're going to enjoy this show Saturday. John said he is going in. He's telling you, somebody home might be broke up. Usually when we do the memberships, especially when John and Winters come on together.
Teach out check-in.
I don't break up. I don't break up. No, huh?
No, you don't. You just tell the truth.
I don't break up. I don't.
Referring to me.
Yeah. I wasn't referring to you. How y'all know I was referring to both of y'all?
Because you said when we come on, we don't
But-
break
I'm
up.
breaking up the home, Nikki.
No. Oh, facts. You got a fact right there.
Reporting on that.
That's
We
all.
report on real news.
Real news over here.
Yeah.
Real
So
news.
let's get started.
Let's go.
Let's get started.
Let's get to it.
started. So we're gonna do a quick run through of council. I don't know how
Shake the
quick
Room podcast. Good morning.
And you just jump in anytime you got something to say.
Anytime.
Because it's the Bump Club.
That's correct.
We talk when we
That's
want
correct.
to.
That's correct.
So the first item that was on the agenda yesterday, I missed public speaking. So I don't think they had a lot of public speakers yesterday. I missed public speaking.
It was a classic one though. It was one class. It was one who did. It was one.
I'm not gonna break the
Man, listen, man. It was all in love though. RL a real one though.
What'd he say?
He said, "Hey, he said, Councilwoman Burns." He said, "I heard you have a new name." And I might not be saying verbatim, but he said snake bite. I said, boy, this dude right here.
I know she blamed me for that. I had nothing to do with that.
But I'm
I didn't get a chance to speak to Ariel yesterday.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Ariel, you know Ariel, but this wasn't his first time saying it. But when Ariel did, but she came down there, she took it in stride. She didn't take it bad, and I'm gonna be honest.
She came down to talk to Ariel after that?
Yeah, she came and gave him a hug, and he was like, "Did nobody put me up to it?" That's why I say he a real one. He is like, did nobody put him up to it? And he gave her a hug and everything. She laughed it off and everything. So, it was all good.
RL not stupid at all.
Ain't no way. He got plenty of damn sense.
He listens.
Yeah. And know what he be talking about.
Well, let's go ahead. So back to Franklin Mission. And so Judy said the fourth ward has not received any help.
Wow.
We need this over in the fourth ward. It failed. I mean, because
it should have
failed because, like, so you saying the fourth ward need food, but the second ward don't because y'all voted no for St. Mark. I say all of Flint needs access to food.
That's absolutely right.
You know, out of one side of her mouth, Liddell say the North End is a food desert and we need help over here. But then her vote, she vote no against St. Mark. Make it make sense.
Animosity.
Personal feelings.
That's correct.
That's why we never gonna be able to get nothing done.
Learn from it. Quit putting them folks in them chairs.
You right on that.
You got
Learn
to.
from it.
You got to vet your candidates. You got to. And you got to pick the right ones. You can't pick because they used to stay down the street from me and I babysit their cousin, or in a clique. Because they clicked up.
No, it is. But she be the main one saying, oh, you don't want to do this because you don't like nobody. Why you doing the same thing to St. Mark's?
Right. Good morning, Miss Ann.
She talk out of... Liddell talk with a forked tongue. Because the same thing, she'll try to criticize the other side, folks. She do the same thing. Because why she mad at Pastor... damn, I can't forget. I keep forgetting that brother in St. Mark's. What's the brother name?
Wait a minute. You see what Deborah Luna said?
What she said?
She said there's 4 food pantries within a mile of them all. Eastside Mission, Franklin Avenue, St. Mary's, and Ashbury. And the people serving meals at the party store. Well, hot damn. So they got plenty of food over there on the east side.
And Pastor Thompson, Mickey.
Pastor Thompson. Sorry, Pastor Thompson, if I couldn't think. Because the brother's a beautiful brother. Sorry about that, Pastor Thompson. But he catching hell.
Yes.
He catching pure hell from Liddell and her crew.
Right. And I still say that it's because of his association.
That's it.
That's it. They don't like the people that he hang around.
Yeah.
Which should have no bearing on feeding the residents.
The city is too clicked up. It's got to break the cliques.
Yeah.
Got to break them. People suffering.
Absolutely. And we're going to keep suffering until, like you said, they break the damn cliques up.
Be grown enough to step away.
Yeah. So Judy, with that this was a lie. I don't know if she cleared it up. Maybe she said the fourth ward didn't get anything for food, but I know they gave Latinx a whole lot of damn money.
Yeah, yeah.
That Latinx then got some ARPA money. But I can't say that for sure because we don't know who got ARPA money. We really don't. We don't know who got the ARPA money, how much they got, what they did with it. We don't know nothing. And council has not asked question.
Then when you hear the word nonprofit, all I'm hearing is administrative costs. Them folks doing that mess to get money for themselves.
That's it.
It's just an income. It's a hustle.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me different. It's a hustle. Start a nonprofit, make you some money. Administrative fees.
And I don't want to knock none of them because I'm just gonna be honest from what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people, they wouldn't even. This was their biggest grant that they got, and then this was their first time. When they asked them, "This your first time applying for a grant from the city of Flint?" Yes. You mean to tell me just because Flint got this opera money, who y'all been getting that money from? But if Flint didn't have opera money, how was y'all gonna get money?
And then if it's their first time, Mickey, they supposed to have a fiduciary. They shouldn't be able to handle no money if that's your first $50,000. You got to be through Habitat or the Hub, Neighborhood Engagement Hub, or somebody got to be the fiduciary that holds that money. So it's clicks and it's sickening if you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you know the guideline that they using for these businesses, I mean these nonprofits they gave the money to, what the government told them how long they got to use to get, how the money spent, 26 December 31st to 2026. How y'all gonna get them the same time that they gave y'all?
That's crazy.
This show you how this mayor be pushing it like, dude, he done broke some, well, you know what, I'm not gonna say he broke laws, I don't know, but at the point how he right up there to the fringe, where he up there is down there law breaking on everything he do. What do you mean that? No, you got to the city of Flint had to, like every other municipality had to December 31st, 2026 to have that money spent. That don't mean the business you got coming up. So you mean you gave these people money they had then, some got 2 years.
They ignorant.
Man.
No
Facts.
checks and balances.
None.
None. It's
And
about who you click with.
right. And
I'm gonna get you some money.
wow, that's one fan. So the next one they had was the Freedom Fund schools. Let me put on my reading glasses. I gotta take off my cute glasses. You know my ass can't see. I bought lash glue the other day. Thought it was some lip gloss. Still didn't keep my mouth closed, but it hurt trying to get it open again.
Right.
I'm just saying. So the Freedom Fund schools, and I agree with Dennis and Tanya. I mean, the schools have money.
Board of Education.
I mean, I think it's a great program. I think a lot of the programs that they had down there yesterday was great programs.
Ain't no schools.
What?
So why is there a board of education?
Right. Because they need money too. So Dennis said the schools have money, and that was a great point because the schools even had to give back some money,
The extra
over
funds.
$1 million. So why not help out these programs instead of giving that money back? Because the Freedom Funds, that was one of the programs when me and Deborah was sitting there watching them. They renting out Pierce, and then it came up. Tanya said, "Well, she was asking specific questions that let me know that she was on it." And she said, a board member works at City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the treasurer for this particular program works at City Hall?
I'm not for sure.
I can't remember, but she told him y'all need to change the address.
Yeah, I think I did heard Candace say tell them to change the address.
Yes, just change the damn
Okay, when that
address.
started happening?
But how she gonna be on the board? You working for the city, and who, and you and your nonprofit
Conflict
getting
of
grant
interest.
money?
Yeah, conflict.
Ain't that crazy? Well, I mean, look at all the other ones who
Yeah,
work for
but-
the city
yeah.
or on city council. They got money.
Remember, Liddell did it. Then she tried to change herself off of it
And
put
did change herself.
But she had gave herself the first 50,000. When she came back, and then when she came back for the 25,000, that's what I'm saying. She was the fifth vote. Liddell was the fifth vote on her own stuff.
That's crazy.
Her girlfriend got the baddest hair she does.
And so then, so it was 7 yes, 1 no. They passed that on to special affairs. The next one was the Flint Institute of Music.
Oh.
Now, Dennis Pfeiffer, shouts out,
Shake the room. You made it.
Big Fife. Flint Institute of Music, it was a lady by the name, I think her name was Ann, that came up there to ask for $44,000 for this program. Was this the right one? I think so. I think her name was Ann. I'm not for sure. Maybe another one. I got her name right? So anyway, they voted 6-2 to lead this in finance, but they want $44,000. But Dennis' problem was that the Flint Institute of Music already got $35 million in assets.
And my problem would be the Flint Institute of Music served the whole of Genesee County, not Flint, Michigan.
Well, most of the programs that came down there, they was telling
That's
them
right. They
it's gonna
serve
be
the
all
county. They don't serve Flint. They didn't ask the right questions. Just ain't got nothing to do with Flint.
But
All
they
they
was
have is
asking.
county.
They
They got county millages, $100 million millage. You pay $50 a year for the next 10 years.
They did. Tanya
They
said.
got $99
I
million.
am. Thanks for tapping in.
They
Tanya
asking
said
for
y'all got over $400,000 that y'all split. It was like 3 of them that had to split up $1 million or
you
something.
asking when it had nothing to do with Flint School.
So Judy was asking like, how do you track it? Liddell said, how long will the program last? The lady was talking about it was a special ed program, and I thought that comes through Genesee
school.
Intermediate
Yeah,
School
like-
District.
That's still
And
county.
Dennis told
Still
her
the
that.
county,
City of
right?
Flint.
Yeah, but Dennis
City
was
of
telling.
Flint, none of that stuff. is Flint.
Wow.
They just getting money.
And she said, the program been around for 12 years. I'm like, well,
Yes.
where y'all been getting the money from?
You see what T said. She
No,
said,
I
and
know.
that man, T just said that man, and the man over the program is not from Michigan. Look it up.
Correct.
Ah,
That's Culture Center.
see? And so when when Judy's question was, how you gonna track that this money is just going to be used for the residents. You know what she said? I don't know.
Right. They just know they wet behind the ear and they just ignorant to the fact.
So they kept that in finance. They should have tried to kill that one like they wanted
Hopefully
to
they kill all that mess.
Like but they wanted to kill Tapology. I was back there having a damn fit.
Yep.
And so
Now that's Flint.
the next one they got was the Flint AAU. Liston, good guy. Good guy. AAU, they want $47,000.
There you go.
Coach, mentor, the founders, David Mutherland. I'm not. You know who that is? I don't know.
I heard of who that is.
And so he said, we just not a basketball team. We teach life skills, behavior. The tournament is in Brighton. He said because they didn't have
the tournament.
They took all
the students is from where?
But not what I'm gonna tell you. But they did say. But what he did say though.
Practice at Northwestern.
Yeah, but they did take the tournaments from here. They took that. I remember growing up. We used to have you know that used to have an open gym where they be having a tournament. My cousin Earl Jordan did the had the little basketball league for the AAU over at Jordan College. Yeah, he used to. Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, but see now they got to go out instead of coming in, and that take money from them. Now he did explain what they was losing on.
And the young man that
Michael
was up
Cooley,
there
good
with him
morning.
was like, we got these kids. We kind of want. I respected him for telling the truth. Like we want to pay our coaches a little bit. We got gas money. We feed the kids. We travel.
And them Flint kids.
And them Flint kids, they
That's
grow
the
the
difference.
shit out of them.
Did they fund them? Or send it to council?
They pushed it through. Yeah.
But 8, yes, 0,
Okay,
no.
good.
They went to council.
Good. They deserve it.
They deserve that money. So the next one, this is a program that I'm gonna love right here. It's
Okay, I see what Casey says. Are they trying to put on an AAU tourney, or are they making a team?
Well, he said they had like 80 kids. They got different teams. He hopes to bring the tournament back into Flint. I mean, when you hear something about Flint kids and it ain't no BS program like some of these other ones,
Right.
like you be like, y'all picking the wrong ones. Y'all don't want to fund the good ones that's actually gonna help the kids in the hood.
That's right.
But because you see what T just said. She said, unfortunately, most sports programs have to go to Legacy in Brighton. And I'm like, with Mark, I'm more with Mark saying that AAU gonna pocket that money. But they should get the money anyway. AAU does change lives, and y'all give it to everyone else. They deserve it.
Yeah,
Because they did say they would make $62,000 if they was able to have a tournament. You know what I'm saying? And I did respect what Dennis was. To me, Dennis was the only one was standing on business on a lot of that stuff, because a lot of that stuff they was pushing through. That's what threw me off with this, like with this council that they got. Just like how you came on here and was breaking that down, Maurice. Mm-hmm. Only people that was really asking questions that made sense to me was Dennis and Jonathan. And Tanya, they will come on some things, but you just how you broke it down, I ain't seen nobody break it down like that.
Here go the real program right here. $50,000 Youth Arts Unlocked. So this lady came up there talking about that kids. The detention center. The kids wanted to paint out there because it doesn't. It looks like a prison. It's a detention center. It's not the Marriott.
Facts.
And nobody's torn down the paint, and they come up to me wanting to paint. I ain't never seen no kid in Flint want to paint watercolors or something, but just to paint, no, I don't believe that. But then it said, well, you know what, $50,000. How do you measure on how this painting and all of this is helping the kids? She said we checked their anxiety levels. We asked them, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling okay? Are you crying? Are you crying more? We monitor the fights, see how they're doing. How are you doing today? So JWC was like, with the goals, the outcomes, like, are these kids from Flint? Well, 80% of our youth, they come from Flint. They're 80% of our youth. Again,
defense attorney to fight because their mind was altered from that water, and they up there playing games
again,
hustling them kids.
But you want all of this money for the schools? Get it from the damn schools. It was a good point made, and I do believe it was Dennis who said it. Like, The schools don't give us nothing.
Right.
And it's no knock to the kids.
And then is it directly to the kids that's in the
Hell
system?
no. So they coming up with a new thing now. They have to go out because what did Liddell say? Most of the kids that live in Flint don't go to school in Flint.
Well, then they should get it from the county.
Didn't I tell you that last night? I said, where's that council?
Get it from the county.
That's what I said. I said, you go get the money from them. You ain't getting it from here. But guess who's going to push it through? But see, you know what some of the winters did say, I got to give her credit on. A lot of them people be their friends that that's they correct. Be knowing. And that's what Winter said. She like, a lot of them time, Mickey, they be knowing them. So they going to push certain stuff through.
Yes, this is the lady. Ann.
Terrible.
Yeah, that was up there, and she used to work at the Wire.
Mm-hmm.
And she came up there, and we checked the children's anxiety levels, and we asked them how they're feeling today, and we monitor the fighting and see has their emotional distress decreased. And I'm like,
I would ask, this is what I would ask. How much is your administrative fee for the program?
Oh, no.
Else you ain't getting a dime, ma'am. Step away from the podium next.
They're not asking that.
They not asking none of that.
I want to know your administrative fee. How much is you making? Period. Or step away from that podium.
But to me, it's like Flint got in helping school business. Now, you'd have thought they'd have been over there at the school board, but you know why they didn't go to the school board? They see that good banged up job they doing over there. When they feel like they can educate the kids better than the school system
Knowledge
can.
Is power. That's why we're in the show. Yeah. It's too clicked up.
Way clicked up.
It's too
clicked up.
Yeah.
Way clicked up. But it 6 yes, 2 no. Dennis and Tyson, they didn't fall for the okie doke. But it still passed.
Sure did.
So then the next one was motherly intercession. So, hey, I stand to be corrected. I'm like, I think it's a great program, but they wasn't located in Flint. Sandra Johnson said, no, wait a minute, Winters. They have moved back into Flint. So I didn't know motherly intercession moved back into Flint. I don't have a problem with the program.
If they're dealing with Flint kids.
Well, that's where it get a little tricky. So this is not for the whole motherly intercession. This is for the RACS program that is a part of motherly intercession. And so I don't think we really narrowed it down last night to how many kids that this program would be serving.
That would be the question for the council member.
And so they want, I don't know how much money they was trying to get, but it went to council, 7 yes, 1 no. And Judy said, you don't have to come back Monday. Judy said, this will pass on Monday. Mm-hmm. That's what she told them. Y'all go back and listen to the tape. Judy said that'll pass on Monday.
Yeah.
They're just giving away money.
The next one was Tapology. So the new Emily Dewar, he went up there and he said they couldn't find
couldn't get him
Mr. Bruce Bradley.
Okay, Bruce.
We've been calling him and we can't find him. He ain't answered the phone. So he coming back down the aisle. I said, you ain't go up to Burson? You ain't go up there where they at?
Tapology been around forever.
Forever. With creative expressions with the lady that passed away, Miss Sheila. Like, I know damn well y'all ain't gonna take away
part
tap.
Of Flint.
We see them tap dance up every week. You can't let the kids tap dance. And so Leon at first he said no. I think he didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
But he changed his vote to yes. And so they went ahead and they for it to stay in committee meeting because they found out that Mr. Bradley got some issues going on in his family, some health issues and stuff. I'm like, thank you. And so we're going to see what happened with Tapology.
Need to fund Tapology.
They definitely need to fund Tapology. All of them kids that be up there, hey, King Rodney, and he know all them kids that be up there for creative expressions and Tapology. This is one of Burston's programs.
Just like Christian, all of them. That's a staple in the community,
Tapology. So we're going to have to keep our eye on Tapology, y'all, and make sure that they push that one through. So the next one, they wanted $200,000 for some salt.
Because they used a lot of it this past winter. They used a
lot of salt. Salt for
the
streets. So here's my question, Maurice. This is what I have for you. I did all of that to get to this point because you as a council person, maybe you know more than I do. So we used up all the salt last year.
Okay.
We need some more money to buy some new salt for, because we ain't about to have no more snowstorms.
Okay.
So we need some more salt for next year. Now, why don't you put this in the budget?
You're absolutely correct.
Why are we taking money now to give y'all for some damn salt?
DPW or whatever budget hearing, that's when that comes up. Why is they sitting up in a committee talking about some salt?
That's what okay. So it wasn't just me.
It's not you.
And I was waiting for a council member to say, this should be on y'all. This should be in y'all budget.
In the budget, like a police need gas.
Right, that should be in your budget. Or we need more staff in it.
Maintenance.
8 yes, 0 no. Passed it on the special affairs. I ain't kidding. Passed the special affairs. Here's where it gets good. So now they got to talking about stabilizing the water rates. So I don't know. The city had $42 million in uncollected back water bills.
Yes, they've been not paying. Ever since they said don't pay for water, you can't drink. They never came up. They put Band-Aid over it.
Band-Aid over a gunshot wound.
That's correct.
So Tanya asked them, well, how long will this last? The CFO, baby. I gave him a thumbs up when he came back down that aisle because he didn't know shit and he deserved it. He deserved to get it. I mean, it was so bad. I turned around and said, Ed, you need to go on up there. Shit, he put on his jacket. He went downstairs and got him something.
Ed didn't know either.
Ed wasn't going up there and getting that mess.
No.
And so Tanya said, how long is this going to last? The CFO said 1 year. And I said, well, isn't that nice? That'll get you through next year. What's next year? Election year. What's going to go on the literature? I helped stabilize the way the rate.
That's what he's saying now.
He already saying it?
Yeah, Neely's saying that.
He done put the carpet on the horse.
He's saving the water with this here and got holding Tanya and them and Winfrey Carter and them hostage because they vote no. Dennis and them absolutely right. They're
1
absolutely
year.
right.
So it's like Dennis and Tanya, I gave the hats off for this. They asked the right questions.
On that they did.
JWC, I told her last night, you did a good job last week because she got the man started. He came up there. He was proud. He had all the answers that Jerry had asked him the week before, but he don't know how he got them. So he said the average customer is going to pay about $5 to $7 more per month. And so Jerry said, well, how did you come up with that?
That's when I said, holler, he need to be fired.
And he was sitting there looking at them like,
The residents that's paying their bill have to pay the water for the ones that's not paying.
Yep.
The residents that's here, the system is built for $250,000, but now you're down under $80,000. So it's guaranteed going to be a gentrification dealing with that water. Period.
and that's what they
That's
said.
going to get us out of our properties, that water bill.
And that's what they said. So
And all they're doing is politicking and say anything different. And Neely and all of them was there to flip that switch when it happened.
oh yeah.
Then he gonna try. Liddell kept referring back that they got a campaign against me when I run in 2025. That they're gonna say Maurice was on the council that caused the crisis, just like Montez and all of them. They didn't do the vote.
Well, she started some shit with Jerry last night.
That's
You
correct.
the one voted
That's
for it.
correct. 'Cause I was
And
on
Jerry
council with
said,
her.
and so she said,
We
well,
had
Miss
no choice.
Ann answer this.
Jackie Poplar and them didn't vote on it. And so they was the day we got elected, we went straight to federal court on Lafayette. Mays rode with me to the court.
You didn't tell
and we
us,
went
yeah.
all went to jail. Angela Wheeler attorney, the whole group of attorneys. And the judge said, we ain't leaving till we have this resolved. Get back in that chamber back there.
Good morning, Miss
and
Beverly
you
Biggs.
sequester until y'all get an answer.
Biggs a bus.
Yeah. So it wasn't no joke that we just wanted to sign. We were strong on the sign. And who all was on the KWA board? We were all of them.
Yeah.
So it was way beyond us. Neely and them know all about that. They were standing there when they claimed the water was good to drink. Remember the glass of water?
Oh, that clear glass of water.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we don't want to, they're trying to scare you now. We don't want to, this was Judy, have our water privatized. I'm like, hell, and don't Detroit already own our damn water?
That's right.
It's already privatized, ain't it?
What's the name in the township, the one they plotted to take the
Gleaver.
Jeff Wright.
The Drain Commission. So
Yeah.
Judy also said, well, we service a lot of the little outcomes. I said, because I was out there. I was at the water plant. We don't service no damn
We don't
body.
service nobody.
We
The county
service
We
nothing.
used to service everybody.
There you go. But
Grand
now,
blank, everybody.
you go out there. If y'all don't believe me, go out to that new facility and ask them if you come in and look at the damn map. I think I took a picture on it. It might be on Reboot. Everybody around the city of Flint is on the damn KWA pipeline, except for Flint, Michigan. It's just red out there on the little map out there, and we get our water from. We the only ones to get
And
that
we're the
water
only
from
ones
Detroit.
drinking contaminated water to the day, and I can show you the letter right now. The water's still messed up, and people still dying. The letter just came 2 days ago, the 5th of April.
What?
Yes. Miss Crisis, I seen her, but I got the threat that they're going to cut my water off if I don't let them in. Because they only changed from the curb stop, the water box, but they didn't come in. Now they say, well, I don't let them in, they're going to cut my water off. Come on and do it.
They're one of them little young kings that's cemented. Like
I guarantee you I'm going to have a John right here. Read that, renters. What it say?
April 2025. Notification that your water service line material is unknown and may contain lead.
Yes. Yes. After all of these millions and millions, damn, $1 billion, son, and we still
Wait a
don't
minute.
have
I
clean
know I
water.
didn't see that at the end where I consider using a lead reducing filter.
This is in 2025 when our water is deemed drinkable, and this is from the city hall, 1101 South Saginaw Street. And long story short, turn it into the mayor's office if I wanted to.
And if I see him standing up there next week at Passion Week with all of them preachers taking pictures and they don't say nothing to him about this water, I'm gonna get to shouting in that church.
They ain't gonna
be
hear
the
nothing.
Holy Ghost.
They ain't gonna hear nothing.
Nope.
So Dennis said, why do y'all want to put this $2 million in a fund? They want to put it in a separate fund.
Yeah, so they could pinch off or reallocate the fund. And like they notice all these change orders. It should be in the water fund where you can't touch it. Dennis absolutely right. If it's for the water, okay, make it legitimate. Put it in the water, okay, and utilize it. Because you ain't supposed to touch that.
Oh, shit. So
But any other place, you can touch it.
Well, then it came out that wasn't this the one where the man said that they had a meeting? Was it this or was it consumers? And Judy was on the phone with him trying to negotiate.
Consumers.
Oh, that was consumers. Okay, we'll get to
About
that in
the
a
lights.
second. Okay, we'll get to that one, the street lights. And so Judy she said, well, they told the residents 10 years ago that the rates was going to go up. And I got to thinking to myself, I said, well, I remember when Judy got on council. Judy said she never watched a council meeting before in her life. So now you're so astute.
She just mirroring
history.
anything Neely said. Every cost of living goes up. Your taxes goes up. Everything goes up. So that's just incremental going up.
Well, she the same one that said kick it down the road. Kick the can down the road.
Neely and them trying to get campaign strategies by the ignorance of that council body. It's campaigns is all full blown. Now you're in campaign mode for 2025.
Well, listen, council, y'all need a special meeting for this water rate stuff. They do. You can't talk about this. I agree with Tanya. You can't talk about no water stabilization in no damn 3 minutes.
When I was on council, the water going up.
Yeah.
The water is going up. I don't care who the mayor or whoever. The cost of living gonna increase. The water gonna increase. Now our income ain't increasing. What they did a study of your median income. I can show you that as well. They know most people in Flint that own property is retired, fixed income, and Social Security. They locked in. That's why they call it fixed. So the cost of living guaranteed to go over and that's why they put the water bill. Notice that's the only bill tied to your taxes because they know it's going to increase and it's going to continue the gentrification or the shrinkage of Flint on the north there, and that's why they deem it as impoverished. You can't keep up with the change, so you out of here. That's why they building all these I call popsicle apartments.
I call them box.
Same thing. Because if you blow on them, they're going to fall over. Or one person goes to sleep drinking or drunk, burn everybody up.
Or run into it. Hell, they on the curb.
Come straight through it to the other side. But what I'm saying is this. It's a planned demise.
Yeah.
Neely just playing for politics.
Well, it
and
failed.
I tell him to his face, get on.
We know you watching. Well, he on vacation this week,
Well,
so he may be watching.
He told me the
vacation.
gloves is off.
That's what he told you?
He told me when we got into it up here in the Hasselbring about putting this, the Hasselbring. He said, well, I tell you what, the gloves is off. They off. And then I get these letters from the city about the water, and then about them taking my building that's paid for over on Dayton. I could go on. Bring it, man.
Man, if they try to take Maurice building,
stage.
We don't get, and the stage, if we don't help and stand up and lock arms for some shit like Neely, really?
Here's the document with Chairman McCaffrey, his Renaissance Center. And what's the name of this? Civic Park Neighborhood Renaissance Plan. This was back in 2014 or 20.
Get the concerned pastors to do something for once, just for once.
Yes.
Well, maybe you should have a meeting with Pastor Alfred Harris, president of the Concerned Pastors, see if you can do something.
I own that, and they already done
They got you in the plan?
Yes, and this is the building that burned last week. It's part of the plan.
But you remember a long time ago when you did a podcast, you showed us the new strip mall with the lady with the beautiful hat walking her dog and the little boy eating the popsicle.
Yeah.
They gonna rebuild that.
Oh, that's what this is. And the funding is there. I can show you. You can read the funding right now. And then continue on page 4.
Told you stuff is burning for a purpose.
Just read that a little bit right there. Due to
the variety of factors and conditions of the housing in Civic Park, this report suggests smaller focus areas where recommendations can be prioritized for funding and implementation. In the central Dayton Place, horseshoe portion of the neighborhood, it is recommended that the city and land bank collaborate to assess the cost of repairs to homes protected by historical designation and recommended demolition.
tear it down. My building.
Where that cost exceeds the benefit. New infill construction should make use of tax increment financing revenue and encourage higher densities. In 2 other focus areas where housing is mostly in good condition, the city can use code enforcement and home order grants to create complete
That's why they won't get in my building.
Sustained blocks.
Now just read a little bit more right here into there.
To further the attraction of new development and the missing assets, the team identified 4 development sites were recommended given their location and features. Clio Road Corridor, Civic Park School, Dayton Place, and Welton DuPont. So that went along with them. Where did we see them zones at? Remember they had the Clio Road District, the north, south, east, and west.
Yes, and remember I said with Burson, the development with Brian Nolan, wherever you see this sign here,
right?
That historic,
that's national. See where it says Civic Park? That's in my front door. That's a $20 or $30 million sign.
God damn.
Because it's brownfield. He don't know I come from the brownfield board. I come from council. I'm a businessman before I'm anything, and I own property. I own all of that.
And they just want to snatch
They're going to take it. That's right. And the development money is there because I'm not a developer.
The key word was suggest.
Yes.
And if the right council gets on board, they can suggest all they want.
That's why you sitting here in Flint, John. I need you. I need you.
So then
we need each other.
The next one, they talked about paving the streets.
Yep.
One question was asked, how many miles of streets did you pave last year? He said, I don't know.
All them potholes.
All them damn potholes. They want to bring out steamrollers, dump trucks, all kinds of equipment.
Just like Gretchen Whitmire said, they're going to fix the damn road.
Yeah,
There's a question for you, too, Maurice, on the screen. It says, this coming from Michelle Smith. Ask Maurice Davis, how come Flint can't get a new water tower like Saginaw?
Shit, we did out there in Lapeer County.
And out there in Burton.
That's not Flint.
Look, when you see the sign say "Welcome to Lapeer County,"
and
then you pull in the parking lot and say Genesee County.
If it was an
water
emergency, township's supposed to be able to run Flint, I think, for 2 weeks, I believe. You can handle it for 2 weeks. Once they shrink Flint, it probably can handle Flint, period. So what they did, they shrunk the north side. Notice this, they flattened it out as green space. So they don't have that population growth no more. So that's the plan, I do believe.
This is crazy. So now they got consumers. And it passed the council unanimously.
Wow.
7-0. Somebody had left. Somebody didn't vote. I can't remember who left.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they want to change 3,000 lights to LED. Now, Jerry Winfrey Carter said, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. She said, didn't we already do that?
That's right. They're already LEDs.
Jerry said, now, wait a minute. I thought we didn't already pay for this.
Already LED. That's correct. She absolutely.
She
right.
said, now, hold on now, y'all. They ain't want to answer that, though.
But Maurice, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why is Flint getting involved in consumer electrics?
That's right.
problem?
That's right.
I asked that yesterday, I guess.
My short answer gonna be they done spent that opera funds and now they just scraping for money. Period.
Well, Dennis asked them,
And consumers finna go up on us.
well, Dennis said if this is gonna lower the assessments for the city, because I didn't know the city don't have to pay anything, any bills, anything like that on their buildings. He said, so is it gonna will the residents' assessments go down? He the CFO. He didn't know the answer.
Crickets.
He didn't know
If they had the master fee schedule, you would see that I think consumers already maintain all of that stuff. We pay the consumers. So I don't know why that's coming before council.
Well, because Judy was on the phone negotiating with the CFO.
Just like,
And they was like, "What is you doing negotiating? You on our side, Judy. You not with them."
you know, they wet behind him. He just running everything by him.
She says
See what
it's
stick.
my job. She said, I know I'm going to be on a podcast, so it's my job
She's
to get
on
the
it.
cost down there. You made it today. I'm sure you're going to make it Saturday too.
Hey, Judy.
She said it's her job to get the cost down, to help get the cost down.
Like that garbage contract she voted on.
And Tanya said you shouldn't have no council member trying to negotiate. And that's
Why
why.
is if that was the case, why consumers got to increase on us for the same thing?
Huh?
They got to increase. I can show you today. They got another increase coming. Consumers. So why we paying double? They double dipping now?
Damn,
That's what it sound
a good
like.
question. So we paying for
Yeah.
street lights,
They've been double dipping.
and
That's
then
correct. That's correct.
wowzers.
You ever get your Verizon, or T-Mobile bill, and they tell you you're paying $1 something a month for this and $5.
That's right.
One day I don't even look at the bills, but one day I just got pissed off, and I called Verizon and I said, what's this for? And he said, well, it's for this. We said, that's what it says, but what is it for? Well, it's for this. They could not tell. They had no clue as to what it was for.
Right.
You just don't pay bills just to pay bills.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's unreal,
I learned
John.
after that one.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why. One more thing. Then I'm gonna get Johnny G to come over here and sit down because I got to get out of here.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Cause the show didn't start on time. I got a doctor's appointment. Yeah, the show should have started on time. I was here. It should have started on time. But listen.
Don't get cussed out, Winters.
Listen, let me just let the people know about this because it's my job to inform the people. So yesterday it was an ambassador meeting.
Yes.
I think that's some BS. They shouldn't have never made no ambassador relevant. I love my auntie and the booze, but I think it's just some BS. Okay, so it was a council meeting. It was a council committee meeting at 5:00. We always talking about the violence in the city. The violence in the city. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. This directed to Chief Green. Why the hell was Chief Green at the ambassador meeting, but not at the council meeting to ask questions for the people who really can make the decisions?
That's right.
You should have had your ass at the council meeting, not at the ambassador meeting. I love the police. Don't put me over.
No. He may have been there trying to get that sex offender.
But I don't understand why. I don't understand why you over there. And then I also don't understand why they want to put the resident, Miss Beverly Biggs, out of the 3rd Ward meeting yesterday.
That's the whole plot, Winters, before you leave. The most important thing we could do, the most important thing we can do to fix this problem. Every problem got a solution. Beverly Biggs is a part of the solution. If we don't fix this in a hurry, because they're so intimidated by it, she don't fit the clique. So what they want to do, anything in their power, they trying to discredit her and make her do something ignorant to make the paper to where they can come against. Like, if I was to file a lawsuit against the city, I don't think I could run.
Right.
So, and knowing they ain't going to litigate for years and years, but it take me out the way.
Right.
You got to really think, because they know they do stuff to put you out so you can come, well, now, see, we go before a judge and now she's not qualified to run. They tried that move on Mays, and it don't work. It hadn't worked. But what I'm saying is this. He know. Ain't no such thing as no ambassador.
When Don Williamson tried to put them captains on his ass, he had a fit.
He know.
But that's the point that I was trying to say earlier. That let you know what type of person LaShawn is. Now.
Correct.
She coming right in on madness. How you?
Correct.
She let that title, a made up title, get to her head and think she can tell a person what to do and not to do. That's why I was trying to say with Linda Booth, you don't play that game with them. You don't play that game. Because she really think, LaShawn thinking she really running the third ward. That's why you don't play that game. That's why, Linda Booth's got to take a little blame on this. Because you don't go up there and play that game. No, that was a fiction. That's like, that was a fiction. That was fictional. That was not a real title.
What that mean? Effective June 1st, you will no longer be able to pay your energy bill on Court Street. Where you gonna go pay it at?
Probably online.
How does some seniors don't know how to do that?
Technology is here.
It's here. You can't stop it.
Yeah. I keep telling people, you better catch that train. It's left.
It's gone.
It's an arrive now.
The new one.
Gentrification is in Flint now. It ain't no longer coming and here. It's all here. Technology.
No, you right, Sister Taliba, but LaShawn is part of that. She want to be part of that crew. That just let you know how she... You mean to tell me she tried to put Miss Bev out and Miss Bev there in the third ward, so she really thought she had that much, but you gotta blame Linda Booth on this.
I blame the city administration for
but the
making
people
that
who playing it
ambassador
too.
BS relevant.
But the people who playing it though.
That's the city attorney.
But see, they really slick. Neely think he's slick. He want to shoe the other girl in. That's why they kind of picking with Dumas to divide Beverly Biggs' vote with Dumas and get her a sweep in when they throw that money hard at her. But the primary coming. See, they just want to see. They really don't care, but they rather prefer Dumas to go in. But as long as they could keep Dumas pacified, that's why Dumas done quiet down a lot, because he used to be way more boisterous. But that lady is 100% Neely.
Oh, absolutely. She told me, I'm not a Neely girl.
Beverly Biggs is 100% residence without being bought. Now, a lot of people throw that word, I'm not bought and paid for. That you have to prove that. Beverly Biggs is her own person. So the biggest threat is this. They want to run like Beverly Biggs is so just out of control, like Mays. Same thing. They trying to put her just like Eric Mays.
Right.
With nothing could get done. No, that's further from the truth. The people voted for Biggs. Why y'all didn't let her in? Beverly Biggs supposed to be in that chair like right now. But you got such a soft council that they shouldn't be litigating nothing. Because for one, they didn't have votes.
It shouldn't have been no more voting. After that fifth vote.
Rude, and then folks letting it happen. And it ain't all right.
And I agree with you, because after Leon voted for Miss Biggs that day,
I
wouldn't have sat my ass down in that chair and took another vote.
Michigan Supreme Court. It's out of order. And now Rome got more wrong. Now all of a sudden, ambassador. Ed, man, sit down somewhere. Don't care about your titles. I don't do titles. Either I'm right or I'm wrong. Miss Biggs is the one to popular vote other people. And she done won more than once. And still we got to have this discussion.
Right.
This is stupid.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they putting people out, Jebediah, whoever want to go in. This is public. You running for a public office.
Right.
This ain't no private nothing.
Oh, you got the city of Flint police chief there. I could go in
and say, get thee behind me. Yeah. And you can't be scared.
Right.
If I'm scared, I should get back on the porch.
That's true.
That's why I don't ask nobody no opinion. No, people dying and people gonna lose everything. Big's the only one gonna help. Rosemount the only one gonna help. I don't bite my tongue. You gotta have 6 to 7. We in good shape.
Right.
We're in good shape. But what he doing, he don't intimidate nobody. And you asked about Chief Johnson. Chief Johnson know where his bread and butter at. He might not want to do
It's green.
But what I'm saying is this: he had the pleasure of the mayor.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can fire him on the spot. So he got to do what he said.
Okay, Woodrow.
You need to fire that damn CFO on the spot.
No,
He could fire all of them.
I had to look with Linda. He said Linda was the one. Woody Woodrow Green. He said Linda was the one to let them in that meeting, though. She know right from wrong on that.
Oh, yeah, they said that Linda Booth said, no, you can't put her out. I heard, and I did hear that. They said She said, no, you can't put her out.
Beverly Biggs to get her erased.
They've been trying it. They had her pitted against them. I was like, wait a minute, why they starting this war between her and the first war? You ain't running against Leon. They tried that, and that shit didn't work. It's like every day they coming up with something for her.
2025, they're gonna be out of there, but they won't make sure Beverly Biggs don't be a part, because then it's an overthrow in 2025. They done. That'll make the mayor useless with 6 votes on their council, with somebody that know how to play that game.
Right.
I'm coming for that chair there, wherever you at. That's happening.
Coming. What I'm saying.
You over there, John. Come on over there. Let me put me back on.
Wait.
I enjoyed you, Winters.
Thank you. I enjoyed you too.
I didn't.
Next time, be on time.
No, I didn't. I can tell you straight up. I can't stand you. I can't straight up stand you.
You know what this is, right? What? This is the dry run. Oh, you got me in a pink chair?
Yeah.
And this doesn't recline, does it?
Nah. Well, new ones will be in tomorrow. No, but but you know, I didn't like that. Even said it was public meeting when the other lady was saying it was her event. Linda, okay, well, you know what? I gotta say that, Linda. Good morning, Carol Marshall, getting the AKA Mama Marshall. What I don't like about that whole thing though with Linda Booth, and I got nothing but respect for it. But what I'm saying is that you playing the game. You shouldn't even took that role as being an ambassador.
Correct.
That's when you got to stop. See, you bringing legitimate to, and that's what that lady thought it was her. See, LaShawn already showing you what she finna do.
Yep.
She not finna change from Liddell and them. If she tried to keep one of the residents that stayed in the third ward, she really think this her meeting. She thinks she is a councilwoman. Already. Why you think Neely, she in all them pictures with him, popping up at all the press conferences?
That's correct.
They doing this and that. But to me, she showed her hand too early.
That was actually political event. That's what it was. It was a city-sponsored political event.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever you have, and I don't know what's going on and why the church allowed that type of behavior in the church.
In the church.
Wow.
As to what I said yesterday is them preachers, not all of them. Maybe there's one or two out there that's not. But they just don't care.
They don't care. They don't care.
I mean, if you're going to do something that's not geared towards a specific candidate, then everybody should be invited. So, again, they showed I didn't see it yet. I know, I think Jedediah has it on his page, and I'm going to look. I was on the phone while it was happening.
Right.
I heard Chief Green saying, I'm sorry, this is not how we want to do things or whatever the case may be. But, further investigation on the whole thing, everybody got a pass. Okay?
Correct.
So
correct.
Kids, not kids, whatever. But they had a convicted sex offender as their security with a weapon.
What?
And the police chief was there.
Hopefully he didn't know it.
Oh, come on now. Damn right well he knew it.
A convicted
sex
offender.
Correct. On the registry.
Mm.
With a weapon.
With a weapon.
Oh, wow.
That wanted to keep Miss Beverly Biggs, a 68-year-old or 65. I hope she's 60, not 68.
Yeah, because you can be younger but not older.
Yeah, 60, a 60-year-old grandmother, great-grandmother, that they needed that type of security. And LaShawn, is that her name?
Yeah.
She came out and she said, he's my security.
Wow.
So now she already have, as a ambassador, personal security.
Right.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Right.
Help us.
Wow.
So while she's an ambassador doing city business, she has this man, doing the security for her.
Now they're gonna set a stage for a PPO or something. Man, come on now. This is over the top. Yeah. This is over
I
the
could
top.
see if the guy was there and he was, volunteering, and he wasn't, carrying a weapon. I can see if he was there assisting her as a friend, but
Personal security with the police chief.
yeah, the police chief.
Boy, if that you came Flint write his own stories.
That's different.
Listen. I told you. I told everybody yesterday. I announced it that I was writing a book about Eric Mays.
Okay.
But at this point, it just may be a series because Flint just keeps giving, and Flint just keeps giving.
This is over the top.
Yeah.
This is over the top.
Yeah.
And she's a civilian.
I challenge these pastors to unite, whether it's the concerned citizens or concerned pastors, I'm sorry, or it's a whole new organization that, some pastors with some morals
Right.
get together and say, we're not going to stand for this no more.
Facts.
We're going to City Hall next meeting and we're going to make it known about our organization and that we're watching. They're not doing that. 398 nonprofit churches in this city, and you can't get 10 people together to form a group?
That tell you all you need to know.
Then all got clicked up.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Dealing with pastors, just dealing with them and seeing them here and in other cities. One guy that, I mentioned to you speaking in the past is Bishop Roberson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Bishop Roberson for the people. He came out and he sent a video, which you saw on Beverly's page, and that was an unsolicited video. And he talked from the heart. And I had a conversation with him again last night. And Beverly had called him and thanked him. And he said, Beverly, it was the right thing to do because you're for the people. Nobody else is in that organization, in that race.
And I seen that video. You're absolutely right, John.
Yeah. So he's I wish he was back in this city because he can organize, at least 10 people to go and challenge the laws that are being passed and the fundraising that's being done within the four walls of City Hall. Because that's where the fundraising is being done. It's in the four walls of City Hall.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And the main thing in the near future, we can't afford April the 5th, whenever this election, when is it?
May 6th.
May 6th. When that come around, we have a good hope if Miss Biggs could show, not Miss Biggs show, but if the public already demonstrated who they want. But she would finally, along with Jerry and them, have a stability far is the people without a voice. Right now, people have no voice. They're giving away money to nonprofits. People, roofs coming down. You got stipulation. They got all this money coming, funneling in, and nobody qualified. $625 million for the water. Not now resident and or child got one dime. You had this $97 million coming here. Not one dime. People need help. And now all you got is increase, and they're going to put it on the council members because of the water increase? No. That's Neely's administration. They seen that train coming when he ran for office. And it's not right. It's just politics, John. But at the expense of everybody foreclosing out of their house.
It's not politics, it's corruption.
Well, that's exactly right. You're absolutely right.
Politics is what Mays used to do, and that's broker deals for
absolutely.
everybody.
That was a bad choice. But the corruption, everybody, mostly the pastors, is scared. Because either they tired of trying to get the crumbs, Chris Martin and them, or either the ones scared that it's going to hurt them. Because they're so mild and meek. No. It was war in heaven. God used whoever he wants to break down these strongholds. This is a spiritual warfare. And now people are literally dying in the city. People all over the world is now really getting fatigued of Flint because how much money is Trump and Obama and them going to send and they ain't got no results. And now I get a letter, the water's still contaminated. Where's the money? Where's the person standing up saying, wait a minute, May's laying in the grave now. It'll always be a ram in the bush. I don't have sense enough to quit. And I'm frustrated. Beverly Biggs, every now and then you get people that's too crazy to quit. Beverly Biggs won, Rosemary won, I'm one. I don't care what. I've been in the rough side of town all my life. The day I get scared, that's the day I leave. Right now, Neely, when he throwed them callously out of the house of bring last couple of weeks ago, he approached me and said, hey, why you keep talking about me on these podcasts? I said, wait a minute, man. Come on now. I said, well, people need help. I'm just going to be honest with you. People need help. They elected you to help them. They losing everything. Well, is it my fault? Wait a minute, man. People on fixed income. This, I promise you. And I said, look, I tell you, man, I'm going to tell you what all I got, and I'm going to stay nice as I can when I tell you this. We ain't making it. And you are in a whole different world. Everything beautiful if I make $150,000 to $250,000 a year with you and your wife combined plus perks. Man, let me tell you something. You name this building Maze, but, and I didn't say nothing at the time, but a little, yes I did, the paper on the outside. Not really a real sign. And you up here, the people that Maze love the most is his ward, and you throwing them out the building, and how disrespectful you gonna put this man's name up in here? And he would just, well, let me just give you a tour, give me a tour. And Mayor, if I'm lying on you, you can call my phone, 810-221-9342, 221-9342. He gave me a tour, and I said, man, I don't care nothing. And I said, man, this is beautiful. It smells like money. But I got a question. Now I got mad at John. I promise you I'm not lying. I said, come in here, I seen nothing but damn types on houses. How in the hell you could come in here and develop this building when Beverly Lewis was in here all these years? You didn't put no money in here. They had all this contaminated and dilapidated shit up in here. And those are my exact words. Well, you know, I tell you what, this is a city problem. Man, I know all that. I come from council. And Gardell was standing right there. I said, Gardell, this here is wrong on levels. He divided the seniors up. They already struggling. They at the pinnacle of their life, doing the best they can. This man gonna come in here and divide them up for whatever reason. He gonna say, well, I tell you what, is it my fault that they can't pay their water bill? Is it my fault they can't do this and can't do that? I said, whoa. You know people ain't got nothing. You could tell every time we get on council, me and Maze sit right where you at, and I'm right here in my seat. Every time we get a list of foreclosure, tax, whatever it is from the county, it come to the city. We'll have ours, and we'll sit here and he'll whisper, man, we want to pull this one out. We want, trying to help people. But this man here, John, he I'm going to use the word callously, don't care about nobody but his damn self. And what really hurt me, I did not run when Liddell got in my chair. You need to know this. A lot of people probably need to know this. I did not run and she took my chair. I worked harder than the Maze. I didn't even worry about it because I said, hell, all the work I done did here, what the hell I got to worry about getting signs out? Shit, people know if they want to put Maurice back in there, they'll put me in there. I didn't know. They all went behind my back with a Trump lie. Talking about I'm a Republican on, and I'm sure you done seen the video. If you ain't, just Google Maurice Davis, Bishop Airport. Well, I begged Trump to come in here, and he sent Mike Pence to the tarmac because I said our water is not fixed. And at the time, we had a stimulus check. I said, look, Mr. President, the people that need the water the most ain't even got a car. Would you please help us and give us $500 a month until they fix our water? Everybody behind my back went in politics like I'm a Republican and not trying to help people. I'm not to this day.
You gave me a couple segues, but you took them back from me. But I want to comment on that.
Uh-huh.
There's no such thing as a Republican Democrat anymore.
It's not.
The last election proved that. The Democrats voted for Trump.
But we losing now.
We're losing as a city. You're losing as a city. Now, let me just say this to you. The reason Neely needs to hold on to the mayor's seat is because he failed in his state representative seat or whatever he was running for. Mm-hmm. Nobody wanted to give him any money. You know why? Because he wasn't in that position. Now he goes to him for the mayoral race. They're going to give it to him because he has it and he may maintain that power. Mm. Corruption is real, Maurice.
It's real, John.
And you know what? When Beverly Biggs started her journey, going on the Mays, going off of Mays and what he stood for, and she unseated Eva Worthing, and she unseated Quincy Murphy.
Yep.
They don't want her in there because you know what? She's not going to stop.
That's correct.
She's on pause right now because she's running for office. But regardless of what happens May 6th, she's either going to, she's going to be the councilwoman.
Good.
But she's not going to stop with her journey to unseat
Every
other
one
ones.
of them.
Anybody that is corrupt, she's unseating.
Neely got to go.
He's going to. If this election wasn't here, she would have targeted him all this time. But the election was here, and she needs to run for this election. And she needs to fight what the people already said. Democracy. I'm sitting here talking about democracy. Democracy that's the democratic process is an election. You stole it from her. Fine, you stole it from her. So let's talk about the will of the council. The will of the council was Beverly Biggs Levy. She won it.
That's correct.
But that lady, that
LaShawn?
not LaShawn. Candace, her dad was a sex offender and all that shit. He in jail for like 1 million years. But her, she got up and she bullied Leon Alameen and said that's not what he wants to do. He wants to change his vote.
I remember that.
Now, how is that even legal? And the city attorney sat there and approved that bullshit. Now, what needs to happen is you need a good individual to sit down and to pen out all of this corruption. And everybody needs to go into a group, 10 people, 15 people. I'm challenging these pastors. God don't like ugly, and you could be preaching down here, but when it comes time to go to heaven, you may just be going to hell because of your own indiscretions. But I'm just going to say this, okay? If somebody went with half of this stuff to the FBI, okay, Gloria be locked up, Davina be locked up, Neely be locked up, Attorney Kim be locked up, Cups be locked up, okay, Liddell be locked up. Do you understand how many people will go under a federal indictment?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah. Some might skate, okay, but the ones I just named, they going. They going. And for these people's, they're being disenfranchised, this entire city.
That's exactly right, John. And it's serious because they coming at me. If they come at me, they coming at the rest of them. And it's just disheartening how all of this money funneling around and the residents ain't seen one dime, other than higher taxes and cost of living, false raising of the water. I mean, not water, your taxes, assessing higher tax falsely, $20,000 houses to $180,000 to $250,000 tax assessment.
Look, let's just do simple math. Liddell got $75,000 for improvements for her nonprofit. They found out that it was her nonprofit because she tried to hide that, being disingenuous. She tried to hide that, but she didn't care because she put her girlfriend, lover, whoever she is, she put her
Allegedly.
up as the, what'd you say, Mickey?
Keep going.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay,
right. Her, as the face.
Mm-hmm.
You saw her one time, and all she did was come and berate. I think it was Beverly Biggs or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't seen that girl since. Okay, so that's $75,000. $75,000 can fix maybe 50 roofs for families.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
All of this other money that nobody knows where it's going can be fixing roofs. Flint wouldn't look the way it looks.
We're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's why when you said that you were running, I personally will back you. So will my firm, because it's just, it's necessary to overcome what Flint is under siege by the mayor. It is. It really is.
I just hate to see people in their later years, golden years, lose everything that you struggled all your life for. And a lot of people, most elderly grown folks don't know nothing about social media, and they don't want to even change. They still use stamps, some of them. But
I use stamps.
see that? I mean,
I
we
ain't no
grown.
senior citizen yet.
Well,
I might reconsider that.
But what I'm saying, John, is this: you blessed to be a blessing, and it's hard when people just don't know. Some people don't know God use whoever He wants to help you. I don't know how in the hell Biggs and Mason came across you, but it's just odd that somebody would pick up an interest in an all-black poor side of town. See, I speak my heart. I have no filter when it comes to I like making sure you understood. You appreciate it. People tend to get around people with money and beg for stuff. But to have somebody just stand up here and take blows just to help poor folks out of the bind they're in and spend their real money, hard-earned money to help poor folks in this bind, which could help other communities figure out how to get out of it as well. But to stand behind a Beverly Biggs and regular people, even a Mays is a regular, he ain't no superstar here. He ain't never been a superstar here. I don't give a damn what lie they tell you. But Mays just a regular struggler that nobody gave a damn about because they only give you flowers after you lay in the grave. Mays will call all kinds of crackheads, but yet to find somebody of your stature, your whole group, law group, to come and stand and try to help justice when Obama and all of them never did this. It's unreal because they ain't taking no damn city, they taking our houses. You know.
I grew up in the city. Let me tell you a little bit about me.
Okay, go ahead.
I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in Camden, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I got in politics when I was in 5th grade. And the reason I got in politics is because the teacher that was teaching me in 2nd grade, her nephew was running for mayor, Melvin Primus. Okay, Melvin Primus was a great guy. He has a lot of stuff named after him.
Okay.
He in the later years, after giving up the mayorship, he went to the state, Secretary of State or something like that. And I got to know Mayor Primus very well. I would go, I was in the Boy Scouts at that time, I would go and we would paint the fire hydrants and the caution lines on all the city streets. They would deliver a truckload of paint to my house, and we would do all of that. And when he ran the second time, I presented him, and I have photographs someplace with a cake and a number 4.
Okay.
It says 4 more years. And I learned a lot from politics back then, and the Democrats have crossed me back then. I was one of their biggest fundraisers. I fundraised for Jim Florio. Anybody knows about that, they'll know that Jim Florio was a very popular governor.
Okay.
And I went against the system. I had the boss. And when I tell you the boss, I'm talking about to this day, you can Google George Norcross to know who he was.
Wow.
And I wanted to do a fundraiser for Jim Florio. I went to the Young Dems, and there was no Young Dems.
Right.
So I decided to put this organization on. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to organize the Camden County Democratic Youth Committee. And I did. And I got a phone call to come see the city clerk, or county clerk.
Okay.
I went into the county clerk's office. He shut his door. He shut his windows. He said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He said, you're having a fundraiser and you didn't ask George Norcross. I said, well, I didn't want to say what I said.
Right.
And he said, he wants to see you in his office, today at 2 o'clock. I said, I'll tell you what, if he wants to see me, you tell him to come down here. So he did.
Okay.
And he said to me, how dare you do an organization fundraiser without me? I said, I'm not part of your organization. He said, anything that has to do with the Democrats in Camden County, you got to approve for me.
Go through you. Him.
I said, I'm not doing that.
Oh.
And then he said something else, and I told him a few choice words. And if you guys want to know, just ask me on Saturday. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I went out and I still did it. And I got all of the politicians to go against him. They all showed up at their head table. He showed up with a $25,000 check donation, and he said, I decided to come. I said, well, unfortunately, there's not too much space left. So he said, okay, here's a $25,000 check. I said, thank you. And he went to go up to the table at the front, and I said, well, where are you going? He said, I'm going to the front. I said, no. I have an overflow table over there. You can sit over there.
Oh.
But you can't sit over there. And all of those, I had county commissioners.
Yeah,
I had people
political machine. I got you.
I had his machine at the front table, and he was sitting in the back.
Gotcha.
And from that point forward, I got the respect from him. And, we ran a lot of elections together, and I learned a lot from him. And one thing I did learn from him is that you got to be humble, because if you're not humble, you're not going to go far. And that's where I learned everything. So I grew up in the ghetto, so I'm comfortable working around any type of people. You follow what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if they're poor, they're rich, they're black, they're white, they're Spanish. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I do it from the heart. What you probably don't know, and maybe Beverly told you, during the water crisis, I came down almost every weekend, and I personally cooked at the homeless shelter, my brother's keeper. Okay? And I didn't cook, goulash and stuff that was easy. I cooked dinners. I cooked chicken. I cooked meatloaf. I cooked.
You cooked.
I cooked. Yeah. Okay? I had Beverly, I'll tell you a funny fast fact. I had Beverly come over one day because I needed some help, And she came over there with her stuff. I said, Beverly, get out of my kitchen. I said, Beverly, get out of my kitchen. I said, this ain't your kitchen. And we started laughing. And she got me in trouble because that day we were cooking pasta, and she broke the pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my team members, who's Italian, said to me later on, you just did a sacrilege. I said, what do you mean? He said, you never break pasta. I said, what? That's how I learned from the Italians that you put the pasta in, you let it just sink to the bottom of the pan. That's how you cook the pasta.
Oh.
That's why you get a spoon and you twist it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I learned that here in Flint. But yet I worked for a bunch of Italians. So, so there's a story behind why I do what I do. And even my own staff says, why it's not worth it.
That's it, John. It's
like
a blessing.
I call my staff up to do the lawsuit that I had to file against this girl Nikki. And the first thing out of their mouth is, are you kidding me? We're too big for this. Is it worth it? I said, it's worth it when I win. So is it worth it now? It's a headache. But we will win. And then you know what? Then you'll see me back off of a lot of stuff. Council will do whatever they have to do. But I'm still going to be in the town to assist where needed.
Well, we certainly need the help, and it's just unbelievable how God uses whoever he wants to bless his people. You're a good example of that. That's my long way of getting to a short answer, because it can't be nothing but God, because poor folks don't have a voice. And it's just scary how we done got done. We've been mauled over with the water crisis. We struggling. Ain't nobody never did nothing to help us. They came in and did a money grab. Exactly for you to not do a money grab, and I don't see a benefit for you, zero. Where if it is, I ain't figured it out.
I'll tell you what. You know how much money I made for the firm in Michigan since I've been here?
How much?
Yeah, how much?
$1,800.
That's why I finna say nothing.
That just a case that just settled, which was a very minor car accident.
It couldn't have been nothing, because you're on Billboard and all this other stuff.
Speaking about the billboards, you heard the story with the billboard. Did you ever hear the story with the billboards? So
what's going on with the billboard, John?
So Neely called the Attorney General and said, I want them billboards down. Attorney General calls us and says, we're going to lock up Beverly Biggs Levy under a criminal code that we normally don't use, but Sheldon Neely made a phone call to his boss, and they want this reelect Beverly Biggs down.
Right.
Now, everybody knows the actual terminology reelect is to elect again.
Yeah.
She was elected. She was
Yeah,
elected
you
twice.
just saying elected again. The people voted for it the first time.
Right.
Reelect.
So we're going to challenge that law because
Okay.
there is a law that says that, but we're not going to challenge it now, Neely.
Okay,
Neely,
right,
you ain't
right.
messing with us. We did what you wanted us to do.
Right.
Okay? We took off the RE. If that was that important to you, we did that. So I went and I bought another 4 billboards.
Okay.
3 billboards.
Wow.
And I haven't decided to use them yet. However, I got a phone call from our billboard company that
Gotcha.
evidently Investigate and Advocate, which is the organization with Jedediah, they went to purchase billboards and they wanted the billboards that I wanted.
Okay.
So I got the call, and it was funny because I'm saying to myself, Bev, don't you talk to this guy Jedediah? Well, how you did not know that they wanted to put billboards up? So I called over to, the Jedediah partners over there, and I said, what are you trying to do? I said, they're my billboards. He said, trust me, we want to put our own billboards up, back off of them. I said, well, if it's going to save me money, go ahead. So they went ahead and they presented to the billboard company what they wanted.
Right.
Billboard company said no. Sheldon Neely said no. So I say to them, I said, look, then they're really suppressing your. Because I looked at it, I saw what it was.
Right.
I said, they're really suppressing your First Amendment. He said, exactly. He said, so we're going to go back to them and we're going to try to acquiesce
Right.
to what they want.
Right. Comply a little bit. Mm-hmm.
And they tried. Second time. They did the billboard differently. They came back to them and they said no. Sheldon Neely said no. So he said, all right, well, you know what, we're going to do it a third time. They did it a third time, and guess what? They said no. Sheldon Neely said no. So, and I'm going to get permission, or he may even show you, or it may even be on his website, I don't know. The billboards, I'll show you guys on Saturday, the billboards that were declined. But I said to Jedediah, just send out a mailer. It's cheaper.
And it's effective hand-to-hand contact.
Exactly.
That's the smartest.
So Sheldon, you won the battle, but you didn't win the war. You got Jedediah down here on your ass. You got Beverly Biggs on your ass. You got Tanya Burns on your ass. You got Dennis Pfeiffer on your ass. It's just a matter.
And the residents.
And the residents. It's just a matter when you can't take that ass whipping no more.
Well, I tell you one thing. I thank you as well as I'm sure a lot of residents that's going to hopefully be able to keep their property. Because we got to remove these stipulations. We got to grandfather some people in. Our incomes is fixed. That means it ain't going raising up faster than the cost of living, the COLA.
Right.
So we got to have help. Game over for residents.
Cost of living is crazy.
Yes, and you're on fixed income.
You can't go to a local baseball game and buy a hot dog and a soda less than $8, $10.
That's right. That's right. Gas could be $3 a day and $6 this evening. We stuck. People don't understand. This is serious all over the country. So we got to advocate for doing right, the least of these. If you want to do righteous work, do what God wants you to do. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Let me just point out to the people watching and the residents that Flint is a major city. Okay, you have an airport.
Yes.
You have 4 or 5 universities and colleges. Okay, you have a cultural center. What you don't have is a mayor that wants to be a mayor.
And you got the home of General Motors, mean you got the solid bones, the infrastructure of whatever you need.
Right. Now the
railway, everything.
The story's still out on this Ashley Capital. Many people that know me know that I don't talk out about Ashley Capital because we just don't know enough about them right now.
That's correct.
You know, they got this Buick site, they can go bankrupt tomorrow. We don't know their
That's
finances.
Correct.
So we really don't know. You know, there's a lot of businesses that are lacking here. Like, you know, you see all these strip centers. And I keep telling people, I want to buy that, I want to buy that, I want to buy that. And I'm doing that because in my mind, I'm saying to myself, damn, Dunkin' Donuts would go great there because of XYZ over here.
There you go.
Or, you know, Dollar General would go great there because they got these apartment complexes.
Right.
So I'm constantly thinking, you know, and if the mayor was a real mayor, he would be having discussions with franchises. He would be bringing in other franchises. You know what I'm saying? He would be bringing in other businesses. He's so relying on Ashley Capital being here while he's mayor. He's really thinking that they're going to carry him through his term. You know, it's sad. It's sad.
What it is, John, he feel he don't no longer need the black vote, the poor black vote. That's why he was able to divide and conquer the Hasselbring crowd, because nobody could win a vote in the city of Flint without the seniors. They hold these churches up on their shoulders, especially the ladies. They all still go to church. They faithful. But for him to do that to his black voting base in the north end, that says a lot about who he depended on. And somebody foolishly fooled him, because you got to have that black vote. Beverly Biggs run for the black vote because it's just, I don't do color. I don't even see color. But what I'm saying is this: I had a conversation at the fish fry at the Kennedy Center, House of Spring. House of Spring. And two white ladies helped him unload the whole U-Hauls from getting evicted out of the one over there at the Eric Mays on Holmes Street. Mm-hmm. Two white ladies. And how they just seen nobody in the community match their lip service. But they was 100% doing all they can in their power to help, because they seen the injustice that was done. Don't really understand what goes up, come down. That man, he really messed over a lot of folks, white, black, blue, green. He gonna find out in this election. But I'm just hoping, I'm gonna use the word, we could get Beverly Biggs in at the beginning of, like, right now coming in May. She must be seated. And then in 2025, come in with a clean sweep.
We don't need to do it. The residents are going to do it.
That's the we. That's the we. That's the we.
I thought you were talking about me and you.
No. I'm always I'm used to being a council person. I speak for the ward,
which is true. Which
right.
is what you should.
I can't get out of that. That's why I vowed never to run again. Man, I'm a musician, but I just can't let everybody. I raised up in this town, just like you said, but I always been on the poor side of town. Still is to this day. I do all my festivals. Used to be in the cultural center. When they got that $100 million, they wanted to tone the crowd down. I used 3,000 to 4,000 people over there on that line. But this year we expect 2,000, probably a little more, or maybe a little less. It's going to be a lot of people in the hood.
Did I hear, and I don't know if am I speaking out of place, but I heard a little earlier today, before the show, did I hear that your festival, which is a festival yearly, is going to collaborate with somebody else this year for your thing?
Yeah, 18.
So you guys are collaborating again.
Oh, yes.
I wanted you to speak out of school. If I was speaking out of school, I wanted it to be you, because I didn't know if it's been announced yet.
Listen, people that know Maurice know Maurice.
Mickey's arms are going up in the air. What's that mean? What's that mean?
No, I was just stretching. Go ahead, Maurice.
What I'm saying is this. People that know me know I don't play when it comes to grown folks. Right. When I do something, they come in comfortably. They come in 80 to, I'll say 30, average crowd, 25 to 88. They bring their mama and them with oxygen tank. That's how comfortable they is with me. 0 incidents. Mm-hmm. And everybody grown. We don't have to pat you know. You won't see swarms of police. Like I say, the mayor, everybody was there. Prosecutor, everybody there. Attorneys, everybody there. Mm-hmm. It's that type of grown folk event. I say that to say this. When I come over here, I have my own podcast. When I do Mickey and them, we could talk off work. Can't nobody sway Maurice. We are united. When I seen you, I look from a distance before I even open my mouth. I don't be bothered with nobody I don't trust. I arch eyebrows for money. I won't touch you if I don't trust you.
Can we reveal how we met?
Yes.
So I got text message from somebody, and I don't think it was Beverly. I think it was somebody else in the community, and it was your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I tuned in this. The first minute I hear my name, I'm like, oh, here we go again. He's another hater. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But evidently you were talking prior to about, the stuff I do in the community. And
That's
everything.
right.
And I called you.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Beverly, can you give me your number?
Sure
I called
did.
you. And I asked you to run, and you told me that I was crazy. You weren't doing that and all this other stuff. And then in conversation, I thought you were coming around, and then I heard you say it now that you want to run. And that's how I met Maurice. I probably seen him one time, as a matter of fact. I saw you one time.
Yep.
Other than today.
And then when I came on, I was defending. I hate when people misconstrue a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because this city is infested with hate. I can tell you that now. It's infested, and I'm not scared to speak to it. It's infested with hate. If I say left, they say right. I don't care what somebody coming is, because I know one thing. I got a burden, according to my knowledge, to do right for God's people. And I know people living without food right now. Kids ain't got nothing. When you came in, you're going to hear me defending wait a minute now, who is this guy? John. No. I'm used to being around. I only have one guy. You can't throw money at Maurice. I don't give a damn. But it ain't like I'm rich, but I'm one to make sure you can count on me behind your back.
You have morals.
When I said I didn't want to run, I get so mad how they did me. But now I have no choice but get that heifer out of my chair. Can't nobody take out my chair but me. You'll see, I could have did it I got John.
Did you just call her a heifer?
Yep. I got all of my signs right now. I ain't got to buy nail sign campaign. I could have most of these folks, every Verizon, all of them. I ain't got, man, we go 20, 30 years back. All I do is, hey, I want to put a sign in your yard. As soon as it's time, it's done. That second ward, I could do the whole city. I've been here. But when I co-signed for 8-1, I told Mickey, man, y'all gonna be national. And I don't sway. It ain't like I need you to, John. I said all that to say this: when a blessing comes to this town to help us keep what we got, people don't know behind the scenes. Some people don't know it haven't happened yet. I showed you earlier, they coming at me to take my building. Wait a minute, if they come at me, they coming at everybody else. People don't care. Liddell Lewis, she's the biggest hypocrite. Because why? I ain't gonna use other names, but when she told me, they said, look, we want anybody to win second ward but you. They had a plan. They had a plan.
So if anybody wants to do a recall on Liddell Lewis prior to, May 6th, we welcome it because Maurice is ready, evidently.
Oh, I'm on in 2025. She coming out here. See, right now
2026.
2026. But what I'm saying right now, I see something I don't like. I know I've been down the council. You have solid people. Bigs, they don't want. They want her out the way just like they wanted me out the way, or Mays or anybody else. I was trained by Mays. Nobody in this city could tell me I'm lying when me and Mays sat side by side. I never missed a vote or a day on council. I always had the same suits on. Mays had his own. And we whispered like we talking now, all doing council. Anybody can tell you. Never will you find a video unless they just pan me out. I'm sitting right in my seat. But we got to get Beverly Biggs in there. And then Rose Mile, she's solid as a rock to where you got people that's 100% for what? Poor folks.
You know what? I feel some type of way that Alameen took that position, and I'll tell you why. I was asked by, both Rose and Carol to back them, and, they both had a connection to Mays and whatever the case may be. And that was a seat that emotionally I did not want to get involved in.
I understood when I heard you say that.
Because I don't know whether he would have won Carol or whether he won Rose.
And that was an emotional tie at that time because he just had passed.
So I said, look, and we talked in the office, and the whole group conceded that we should just stay out of, that particular race because of the emotional connection from me and a lot of the other people in the office. So, I didn't do something, but if I would have backed either one of them would have been better than Alameen.
Right, but Rose, bless her heart. I never knew her from a can of paint.
Rose is out there. I know she's out there.
No. That lady is doing home repair right now, roofs repair, help move all of that stuff from housing to the new Kennedy Center. That lady is unreal with her dedication. Yeah. And still working the 6th Ward. Still, she got cleanups posted. Still doing fish fries. Man, with that kind of help, then people could kind of get, we need to remove stipulations, John. You legal advice. We got legal teams. We'll be able to help finally from the bottom up, not the middle up. The bottom been left out of this city. That's why they entitled this city as an impoverished community. We got to fix that.
We got a minute. Y'all want to do y'all wrap-ups?
Not no minute.
With 30 seconds for you, John.
Man.
I'll tell you one thing, John. I enjoyed this podcast. Dave, Mickey, A10, Winters, all of y'all. And
No. You enjoyed the podcast because you got and Winters out of here. We don't have to worry about her.
Yeah, we don't.
But what I'm saying is this.
She ain't as good as me.
It's very, what's the word? Sometimes you do stuff, and I'm telling you, you have to be politically correct. What do I mean? Because I'm in somebody's clique, and I got to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. Like if I'm sitting in the mayor's office, I know I got to pacify him and his whole administration. No. This is real, folks. You have somebody that's really going to help you, because I don't co-sign my stuff to be fake. Like I said, but Winters know, they real.
Yeah.
John is real. For all of the haters, that man is real.
Yeah, Winters is a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. And on that note, we out, family.
Mickey, I thank y'all.
Thank you.